Hello students, today we are here to discuss about the mountain terrain and their lifestyle. What is mountain? The ranges which lies in the north or northeastern part of the India, which are covered with ice and snow, are called mountains. The mountains lies on the at the north and northeastern part of India, and mountains are also called as house of the snow. And the mountains are stretches from the Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, and the distance covered by the mountains in India are 2600 kilometers. The highest peak in world was Mount Everest, and the highest peak in India was Kanchenjunga or K2 peak. The snow which is present on the Himalayas flows to the lower parts, and these are called as the glaciers. The rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, etc. These rivers are originated from the Himalayas. And the uses of Himalayas are: the Himalayas protects us from the icy winds which comes from the north part, and it also stops the monsoon winds. It also stops the heavy rainfall comes from the north part. The Himalayas are originated at north and northeastern parts of India, and Himalayas are called as the house of snow. They are stretches from the Jammu and Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh at the distance of 2600 kilometers, and the highest peak in world is Mount Everest. Highest peak in India was Kanchenjunga or K2 peak. And the rivers Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, etc. These rivers are originated from the Himalayas. Himalayas protect us from the icy winds which comes from the north part of the world, and it also stops the monsoon winds, and it also stops the heavy rainfall in the north. There are some factors about mountain. Let us discuss about them. Climate. First is the climate in the mountains. How the climate is there in the mountains. There is, during the winter months there is no heat, and during the winter months like May and June, during the summer months May and June, there is no heat at the Himalayas. There is a very cool climate in the Himalayas. So many tourists will go to visit the Himalayas for the pleasant weather, and also there is a heavy rainfall during the monsoon months in the foothills of the Himalayas, and also monsoon winds blow from the Arabian Sea in the month of the July. And the first showers of the monsoon are experienced by the eastern and western Ghats of India, and the highest rainfall in the world was recorded in Cherrapunji, the place in Meghalaya. And during the winter months, the mountains are the climate near the mountains are very cold. During the months of November to February, there are very cold climate at the mountains. First factor is climate in the mountains. During the summer months, there is no heat at the mountains. It is very cool in summer months also. And there is a heavy rainfall in the foothills of Himalayas at the monsoon seasons, and also the monsoon winds blow from the Arabian Sea at the month of July. The first showers of monsoon are experienced by the eastern and western Ghats of India, and the highest rainfall in the world was recorded at Cherrapunji place in Meghalaya. And the winter months, November to February, there is a very cold climate in the mountains. The next factor is clothes people wear. During the winter, at the places of mountains, there is very cool climate. So the people in Kashmir wear long woolen skirts with salwar, and these are called as piran. Girls wear long woolen skirts, and this is called as piran, and boys wear caps for the hands and girls wear dupattas. The people in Himachal Pradesh, girls wear kurtas, chudidar with scarves on hand, and the boys wear kurtas tied at the waist with band and chudidars. And the people in Himachal Pradesh wear the famous Himachali caps on their head. And the northeast part of India, and the northeast people in India wear their traditional dresses according to their own tribe. Second factor is clothes people wear. Peoples in Kashmir wear long woolen shirts. These long woolen shirts with salwar are called as firan. And boys wear caps to their hands, and girls wear dupattas. People in Himachal Pradesh, girls wear kurtas, chudidars with scarves on head, and boys wear kurtas tied at the waist with band and chudidars. The famous Himachali caps on their, and also people wear the famous Himachali caps on their head. The northeast part of India, people wear the dresses according to their tribe, their traditional dresses. The next factor is lifestyle of people living in the mountains. The main occupation of the people who lived near the mountains is farming. The main occupation of the people who lived in the mountains is farming. They do the terrace or step farming on the slopes of the hills, and they cultivate rice, maize, tea according to the height of the ranges which they live. And also they cultivate apples, fruits like apples, pears, plums, peaches, etc. And they rear sheep and cow for wool and milk. The fruits, wool and handicrafts are imported throughout the country. And the Dal Lake in the Kashmir, the people give a ride in the boats for the tourists, and these boats are called as sikaras. And the famous handicrafts of Kashmir are shavalas, walnut furniture, and papier manchi articles. And the people in the eastern states hunt animals and cultivate land and catch fish for their income. And the cane and bamboo handicrafts are the famous in the eastern Ghats at the eastern states called as Assam, Nagaland, etc. And the houses in the mountain region are sloping roofs. These are the sloping roofs. These prevent them this prevent from the snow and rainfall from collecting. The snow and rainfall will fall down to the ground. It will not store on the roof. And also some buildings made of bricks and cement also we can see at the Himalayas. The third factor is lifestyle of people living in the mountains. Main occupation at the mountains are farming, and terrace or step farming on the slopes of the hills are done there. And the rice, maize and tea are cultivated at the mountain regions. And also orchards like apples, pears, plums and peaches also cultivated there. They rear sheep and cow for wool and milk. They also import fruits, wool and handicrafts throughout the country. And also the people give a right and the people in the Kashmir give a boat ride to the tourists in the Dal Lake. And the famous handicrafts of Kashmir was shawls, walnut furniture, papier manchi articles. And the people at the eastern states hunt animals, cultivate land and catch fish. And the famous cane and bamboo handicrafts are famous in the eastern states like Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, etc. And the houses in the mountains are sloping roofs, and also we can see the buildings made up of cement and bricks. The fourth factor was mountaineering. The ranges at the northern part are called as youngest mountain ranges of the world. And also mountains are called as home of snow-clad peaks, gorges, glaciers and many perennial rivers. And also the climate near the mountain is very calm and peace. What is mountaineering? Mountaineering is nothing but climbing up a mountain. The body temperature was decreases while we climb a mountain. The climbing of mountain is very dangerous because we can see the landslides and undulation, and we should drink more water, and also we should climb mountains with only our elders. Breathing problem occurs while climbing the mountain due to the low pressure at high altitude. And people and the mountaineers wear the special hand gloves while climbing the mountains to prevent them from the cool winds. And people catch some pointed stick to save from slipping, and also the pointed stick helps them to climb the mountain easily and comfortably. And also mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder, food cans, water bottles, ropes, hooks, plastic sheets, shoes, diary, towel, torch, soap, jacket, glucose, jaggery, grams and sleeping bags and other essential items. The fourth factor is mountaineering. The regions in the northeast part is called as the youngest mountain ranges of the world, and it is also called as the home of snow-clad peaks, gorges, glaciers and many perennial rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, etc. And it is very calm and peace. Mountaineering is nothing but climbing up a mountain. That body temperature decreases while climbing the mountain. And also we should drink more water at regular intervals, and also we should climb with our elders. Breathing problem occurs due to the high pressure at high altitude. And also mountaineering people wear some special hand gloves to prevent them from cold wind. And also they catch some pointed stick which is comfortable to climb a mountain. And also people carry some oxygen cylinders, food cans, water bottles, ropes, hooks, plastic sheets, shoes, diary, towel, torch, soap, jackets, glucose, jaggery, grams and sleeping bags, etc. Up to now we discussed about the factors of the mountains. Now let us discuss about the mountaineers who climbed the Mount Everest. First one is Premlata Agarwal. She was born in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. At the age of 35 years, by the encouragement of Bachendripal, he climbed the mountains. He achieved an honor of reaching the Mount Everest at the age of 48 years in 20th May 2011, and at the age of 50 he achieved a victory over the Mount McKinley in Alaska of North America. And she was the first Indian woman who climbed the Mount Everest. And next, he was the first Indian woman who climbed this Mount McKinley mountain. And the next one is Santosh Yadav, and she was the first youngest woman of the world who climbed Mount Everest at the age of 20 years. Next one is Bachendri Pal. She was born in Nakori village, Uttarakhand, and at the age of 12 years he climbed the mountain in a picnic while playing. And this mountain height is 13,125 feet. In 1984, 23rd May, she went to climb Mount Everest with some other persons. Due to the mountain slide, he got an injury on their back, but also she climbed the Mount Everest on 23rd May 1984. She was the first woman to climb Mount Everest. she got the training in Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. And next one is Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Sherpa. Edmund Hillary from New Zealand and Tenzing Sherpa was from Nepal. These are the first persons to reach the Mount Everest. Premlata Agarwal, born in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. At the age of 35 years, she got the trained for climbing the mountains by the encouragement of Bachendripal and achieved an honor of reaching the Mount Everest at the age of 40 years in 20th May 2011, and at the age of 50 he achieved a victory over Mount McKinley mountain. This mountain is in Alaska of North America, and she was the first Indian woman who climbed this mountain. And second one is Santosh Yadav. She was the first woman. She was the first youngest woman of the world who climbed the Mount Everest at the age of 20 years. Next one is Bachendripal. He was born at Nakori village, Uttarakhand, and at the age of 12 years he climbed a mountain while playing feet 13,125 feet. And in the year 1984, 23rd May, she first climbed the Mount Everest, and she was the first woman who climbed Mount Everest. She got training in Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. And the last but not least, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Sherpa. Edmund Hillary was from New Zealand and Tenzing Sherpa was from Nepal. They are the first persons who reached Mount Everest. These are about the mountain. Terrain and lifestyles of the people. I hope you all understand this class. Thank you.